What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, we will be finally wrapping up the San Francisco Giants franchise here on MLB The Show 21 on Next Gen. I did decide that we are going to put a cap on this series. This is going to be the final episode of this series. Just because, really there hasn't been a lot of love for this series in the final episodes or anything like that. So I do want to give it a proper finale, a proper finish, and we're going to go ahead and get that going here shortly. But I do feel that it is important to let you guys know ahead of time that this will be the last episode and we can put a finality to this. Now, what we're going to do here in today's video is we're going to first start to simulate a couple of these games through the month of November here, which is our final World Series matchup against the Los Angeles Angels. And in fact, what I want to do first is I want to jump into the first game against the Angels, and I want to manage that game because we never really got to see any of that whenever we went through our series so far this year. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and quick manage the first game of the series. This one is going to be at Oracle Park. We're going to have the home game for this. We're going to do Clear Skies, hybrid presentation, and it's going to be Tyler Beede against Griffin Canning, it looks like, is their top pitcher for this matchup. So we may actually have the advantage in this one in that regard. And then we do have to make a slight adjustment to the lineup here, putting in Buster Posey at first base. And then at third base, I would like to put in Luis Toribio. That is the player that finally made his way up from the minors for us. That should do well for this matchup. And let's go ahead and jump into this one. So if you guys have not done any quick managing or anything like that, this is how it goes. Essentially, I get to select from the available actions that are presented in front of me in order to decide how to quick manage this game. And we can even enter the game if we decide it's necessary. We get a strikeout on the first batter, walk the second batter. Mike Trout is up to bat, so I'm going to go ahead and pitch to him. We'll get a fielder's choice. Mike Trout is on base, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to pick off at first just to make sure that he doesn't steal. So we go ahead and Mike Yastrzemski is going to get a double, which is going to send Mike Trout home for the lead in this one. So that's going to give them a 1-0 lead. We'll go ahead and pitch again and get out of the inning with a 1-0 deficit, out of the top of the inning, I should say. So Tyler Black up to bat first with us, strikes out. Joe Adell singles to first. We're going to go ahead and steal second base. He gets caught stealing, and then Buster Posey flies out. So it's real simple like that. I'm just going to go ahead and try to advance through this. We do walk a batter there. Let's go ahead and pitch to contact. I'm going to pitch to contact one more time. Fielder's choice takes us to the bottom of the second. We are getting a couple of guys on base, so I can't complain about that. Steven Duggar up at first base. Joey Bart gets on the fielder's choice. Let's go ahead and swing again. We do have a single, and Marco Luciano has an opportunity here. He is hot right now, batting .321. Let's go ahead and, let's go for the swing. Oh, and he grounds out. So he did make contact with it. Not able to get a run in quite yet. Tyler Bede's still up to bat. We are going to just pitch to him. Mike Yastrzemski has done well against us so far. Runner thrown out at home. Anthony Rendon up. I'm going to go ahead and walk the batter so that we have men on first and second, and then pitch to Tommy La Stella. Let's go ahead, pitch to contact. There we go, pop up. So we do escape a loaded bases situation there. Go ahead and swing. We're not getting anybody on base now at this point. Having a little bit of trouble, it's looking like. Pitch to contact here, pitch to contact one more time. They score one more run. Tyler Beede is looking like he's in a bad situation. Let's go ahead, pick off at first, pitch to contact. We get the ground out. So we might be able to get another inning out of Tyler Beede, but it's not looking too hot for us. We do get a man on off of an error. We get a single there, so Steven Duggar has the opportunity to try to drive somebody in. Let's go with a swing. He gets the single. Joey Bart's up to bat. We could use a big-time home run right here to send us up on the lead. He swings. He strikes out. That's one out. Elliot Ramos strikes out. Marco Luciano gets a single and scores for us. What we're going to do now, we are going to pinch hit, and I'm going to bring in, who do I want to bring in? Who's going to be the best options? How about Willians Astudillo? Willians Astudillo swings, strikes out, and we now have a position player on the mound. So let's go ahead, pitching change. We're going to have to bring in somebody like maybe, I mean, we have a lot of pitchers. This could go long, though, so let's go Michael Kopech. Michael Kopech pitches, ground out, solo home run, walks a man, pitch to contact, 2-run home run. This is not looking good for our team. We have not been able to drive in the runs that we would like, and that'll be a double play. So we are in the top of the 6th inning, down 6-1 right now. It's not going too hot for us. And, you know, that's the way it goes. The Los Angeles Angels are a very solid team, and we're going to have to try to escape this one without too much damage being done. I do feel like we have opportunities here to get guys, you know, onto first base, and we're just not getting anybody on the way that I would like right now. Some guys that should be performing well for us are not performing very well at all. We might be able to get 1 run here. I'm going to go ahead and just swing because it doesn't really help us out too much if we try to steal. Yeah, we're just not having any luck. It's going to go to the 9th inning now. Michael Kopech is still up on the mound. We may need to consider here bringing up somebody else. We'll go ahead and pitch, pop up, 1-run scores. Mike Yastrzemski has been great for them in this quick manage so far, and the Angels will defeat the Giants 7-1 in the first game of the World Series. So you guys can see there actually a pretty good representation of how these teams stack up on paper. That's usually what happens in those quick manages. A lot of the time is you will see our team not quite stack up to a lot of these other teams, especially in the playoffs like this, because of how high overall those other teams are. When you really consider our roster, we don't have that many high overall players outside of our pitching staff, because our position players are you know, developmental type guys, and even some of the better players on our team like Mauricio Dubon, who's a headliner for us, is injured right now. So that is tough to deal with, but let's go ahead and keep moving through this playoff series and see what we can get done. So we do go ahead and win the second game of the series there 5-0, which is a good opportunity for us. Jojo Romero comes up with the win. He continues to perform exceedingly well for us. The next matchup here is going to be Logan Webb on the mound for us against Andrew Heaney, which is going to be a tough matchup. Let's see what happens there in this one. Simming through it, we do get the 5-1 win. That's going to put us up 2-1 in the series. Now we do have to remember here that this is a 7-game series, so we need 4 wins to be able to come away with the series win. Let's go ahead and sim one more. I would like to get to a point where we're at a crucial game, and it looks like that's going to be it here. On November 6th, we're going to have game number 5 against the Los Angeles Angels, up 3-1 in the series. So I'm going to go ahead and drop us into this game. I can't tell you right now exactly which point we're going to join this game, but this is a crucial game with the stakes on the line and the opportunity at a World Series win. Now, this is going to be a very, very interesting game if it turns out the way that I think that it will. Seth Corey, our prospect that we finally brought up this season, is actually going to get an opportunity on the mound here in the playoffs against a very tough opponent. Blaze Jordan is hot in this game. Logan Wyatt is hot. I don't see a reason to take them out. Luis Toribio is batting .375, so I do kind of want to put him in, but Logan Wyatt, Blaze Jordan, they're both batting over .300. If I did want to take anybody out, it might be Tyler Black, who is right now batting .235, and then it looks like as I scroll through the rest of the lineup, maybe Franklin Labor in right field. So can Toribio play in the outfield? He does not have a secondary position at the moment, and I don't believe any of these other guys are suited to that right field spot. So we're just going to have to deal with the lineup the way it is. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Here's a good look at the postseason bracket right there. San Francisco on top in this World Series 3-1. And we get a look at the pitcher starting the game on the mound, Griffin Canning. Here we are in LA, so this could pose a very, very interesting matchup. Let me go ahead and get a couple of at-bats as Tyler Black gets on base for the first pitch of the game, the very first pitch of the game we take for a single. That's going to be a good opportunity for us. I'm considering stealing here, though he is ready for it, pitching over to first base. We'll go ahead and wait a little bit patiently before we decide to actually steal that base. Do have a good opportunity here, though, to try to get something going. I might hit for contact because he does have that running ability. He's going to go ahead and pitch out. They're really worried right now about the steal, which makes me think I might be able to get away with the steal right now. If he actually goes, I do have him stealing. That's going to be a ball low and a little bit of an inaccurate throw over there to second base. We are going to get our man over to second. So a good start to this game. We just need to make some contact, hopefully drive him home or get him over to third base at the very least. Swinging at one low. That's going to bring up a 1-2 count. That's the first strike. I apologize. That was the first ball because the one that they did throw in on the steal was a strike. So now it's a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one is gonna glitch. That one did hit the zone, which is surprising. Logan Wyatt, though, who is hot, is up to bat here. And they're going to give him one that he's going to be able to hit high. That should at the very least get us over to third. Oh, man. I keep forgetting that Trout's out there. I don't think we would have gotten into third base on that one. So we do officially have to get a hit in order to get this man over to third base or get a run. Gets pretty solid contact on that. That's going to fly foul. Almost had enough to become a home run. Not quite, though. I do really like the presentation style here for the World Series. He's going to leave that one for me. That's about as good as it's going to get, and that's going to be a run to start off the game. That's going to be a ground roll double. It does skip up over the wall, and that'll give us the 1-0 lead, though we do have a man on second base. Let's see if Steven Duggar can get a hit. Can't get another run on the board for us. It'd be really nice to take this early lead and run with it. Not something that we have the opportunity to work with very often. We do swing at a 12-6 curve. It's not even a 12-6 curve, just 12 curve? No, it is 12-6 curve. It just abbreviates it. Leaves one up for me. I did not quite go up high enough to get that. That will be a fly out to right field, and we'll start off this game with a 1-0 lead. I'm bringing you guys in for a crucial at-bat here in the first inning because Mike Yastrzemski did tear us apart in that first quick manage game, and that's the former Giant right there that is on the Angels now. So we have Mike Trout on first base. We do have 2 outs, however, but Yastrzemski is up to bat. This is somebody I'm a little bit worried about getting a clutch hit here and tying up the game or maybe taking us deep, so we're going to have to try to work around him. We hit him with the changeup. It is an 0-2 count, and it's looking good, but we got to be careful because a mistake pitch here could be taken deep, and a really nice 12-6 curve there by the rookie Seth Corey is going to get us out of that first inning without a run allowed. 1-0 early in this game. It's looking good. And a tough situation here as we're joined back in the bottom of the 4th. They do have a runner on third with Tommy LaStella up to bat. So a good opportunity there for the Angels to try to reclaim that deficit and make it at least a tie ball game. It looks like they are going to get that man home with a little blooper ball hit to the infield. That's going to tie this ball game up at 1-1. 2 outs here remaining in the 4th inning. I'll see you guys back in a moment. Another very tough situation for Seth Corey in the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 count, a man on first and a man on third. So it's not looking good for this at-bat. It's not looking good for us to hold this lead. That's going to bring up a 3-0 count. We got to be very careful with what we throw in his direction. We will get the first strike on that changeup. Let's go ahead with a fastball and try to keep it in the zone. And that's going to bloop in between the right fielder and the center fielder. And that's going to be at least 2 runs. And for whatever reason, the cutoff man didn't get it. We didn't throw to the cutoff man. So that is going to give the Angels a 3-1 lead down here in the bottom of the 5th, and a man still on third base. And things did get a little bit out of hand there, as you guys can see in the 7th inning, 3 runs given up by our side. We're going to go down 6-1, but Logan Wyatt here with a man on first base and a man on third base takes one deep and gives us a chance. That is going to move us to 6-4 on the scoreboard. That's going to put in a few runs. A beautiful home run there by Logan Wyatt gives us the 2-run deficit in the top of the 8th and gives us an opportunity to try to get back into this game. And shortly thereafter, Steven Duggar in the very same inning is going to get a hold of one here and gives us the 1-run deficit. He goes deep, and that puts us down by only 1 run, 6-5 here in the top of the 8th. 2 outs right after this at-bat, and a good opportunity to try to tie the game. Unfortunately, though, the comeback is not going to be enough. The Angels are going to take this game 5-6 as Buster Posey flies out, or pops up, I should say, as the pinch hitter in the bottom of the 9th, the last breath opportunity there. You guys can see a lot of scoreless innings for the Giants in between the 1st and the 8th. Unfortunately, not going to be good enough to get it done, but they do still have the opportunity to clinch within the next game. And this time to start off the game, it's going to be none other than Tyler Black, who takes one deep over the right field wall, and that's no easy task here. A good way to start off the game, 1-0. Tyler Black hits one over the wall with a home run in the 1st inning. See if they can keep it together this time, because the pitching got out of hand a little bit the last time for the Giants. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Elliot Ramos with the bases loaded at the end of the 1st inning with 2 outs remaining is able to put one deep over left field wall and give this team a 5-0 lead at the end of the 1st inning. If we can't hold together this 5-0 lead, I don't know what it's going to take, but you guys will be here for the ride. Stay tuned. Let's see what happens the rest of the way. And here we go, top of the 9th. Caleb Berger comes in to close out the game. This is a 7-4 ball game.
Enters to do the pitching, and best case scenario for him is to push
so
this
we'll
one
start
into
off
extra
first
innings.
with Blaze Jordan up to bat. He's going to sting one into the gap and get himself on base. That's going to be no outs. First pitch of the inning, stung into the gap. And the next batter here is going to be Steven Duggar.
We're going to see if he works a bunt, hit and run. I don't know. Maybe he's swinging for the gap.
And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right.
And that's going to do it, Steven Duggar.
Santa Maria, game
And that's
over.
going to do it. Steven Duggar puts one over the wall for the home run with a man on base in the bottom of the 9th in the 6th game of the World Series. Steven Duggar, a guy that has had a roller coaster ride for our franchise, manages to get the job done in the final moments of the World Series. How about this, guys? The San Francisco Giants are going to just barely cap off this franchise with a World Series win as Steven Duggar takes him deep. No better way to end it than we just did. Hopefully you guys enjoyed everything leading up to this point. I certainly did. And that is going to cap it off. As you guys can see, congratulations, the Giants have won the World Series. I'm glad to be able to finish it off on this note. We did have one more game. We could have potentially got it done. I was real worried after we blew that save, but I definitely enjoyed getting to see that and getting to be a part of it. Hopefully you guys did too. As always, make sure you guys leave your feedback down below, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed for more content, and comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good one.